Hello. Today, I have a great activity to practice using articles in English. In other words, when do you use a, an, and the, or when do you use nothing in sentences? If you want a worksheet to complete before you listen to this video and then to use this video as your answer key, click the link in the description and you can download and print that worksheet and then watch the video to check your work. Let's get started. So for this first one, we see girl in the picture has messy room. If I look at that picture, I can only see one girl. So we all know which one we're talking about, the girl in the picture. So we'll use the definite article the. However, for the second one, we have room, messy room. Now, there's maybe lots of rooms in this house, and we're just talking about one of them, and this is the first time we've mentioned that room. So we'll use the indefinite article or a. So the girl in the picture has a messy room. What article do we need in this sentence? She needs to clean blank room. In this case, if I look at that picture, I think it's very obvious which room we're talking about. So if we all know which thing we're talking about, we usually use the definite article the. She needs to clean the room that she's in. For this sentence, we actually need no article. We would just say, I think kids should clean their own rooms. All kids should do this. In this situation, when we say kids, what we mean is kids in general as a rule. And if I have a plural noun and I want to speak about something in general as a rule, I would put no article in front of it. So I think kids should clean their own rooms. All kids should do this. What article do we need before clothes in this sentence? There are clothes everywhere. The girl should put clothes away. In this case, I have two sentences, and I mention clothes in the first sentence, and then I mention it again in the second sentence. The second time I mention something, then we use the. We can also look and see that if everybody knows which clothes I'm talking about, the clothes on the floor, then we could also use the and for that reason also. What article do I need before the word kids in this sentence? Kids in the US have too many clothes. They don't need all the clothes their parents give them. In this case, when we talk about kids in the US, we mean kids in the US in general as a rule. And I also see that kids is plural. So if I have a plural noun and I mean in general as a rule, I would have no article in that case. Just kids in the US have too many clothes. What article would you put in the blanks in this sentence? So the first one, toys. There are toys on the floor. Also, I think there we could say generally. There are generally toys on the floor. So if it's plural noun and we mean in general, we would have no article. I could also say some in that situation and call it an indefinite noun. And the second one, the girl, I would say the girl because we can only see one girl in that picture. The girl should put, and then here we'll say the toys because it's the second time we're mentioning it. And then in the last one, probably it's in the closet because most rooms have just one closet. If the room has more than one closet, then maybe we could say a closet, but mostly the closet because there's only one in that room. What article would you put in the blanks here? We see girl is sitting on yellow chair. First, I would say the girl because we can just see one girl in the picture. And then is sitting on yellow chair. I would probably say a yellow chair because that's the first time we're talking about it and introducing this chair. The next sentence, when we say chair again, that's the second mention. So we'll say the. The chair is small and appropriate for children. Children is plural. And in this case, we mean children in general. So we'll use no article for plural nouns when we mean something in general or as a rule. What article would you put in this sentence before laundry basket? Probably in this case, I see a laundry basket in the room. Um, if that's the first time we're talking about or introducing this basket. If I talked about it again, like in the second sentence, it would be the laundry basket. So it's I see a laundry basket in the room. She should put dirty clothes in the laundry basket. What articles would you put in this sentence? The girl wearing brown sweater. First, I see sweater, brown sweater, and this is the first time we're talking about it. So we'll say a brown sweater. And the same thing with the second sentence. She's also wearing red skirt. Skirt is a singular count noun, so we need something, and so we'll just say a red skirt. What articles would you put in this sentence? Before girls' parents, I think, well, how many parents does she have? Like, she has two parents, but groups of parents. I would probably, in the first one, say the girl's parents, as she has one group of parents. Should tell her to clean room, and probably we'll say the room because we know exactly which room we're talking about here. The room that we can see she's sitting in, that is very messy. So the girl's parents should tell her to clean the room.